What is the hottest thing a girl can do? Showing genuine interest in the things I talk about. I have a friend that does this. She'll actually ask questions and be in the conversation instead of just having a conversation. Even if she doesn't like it. She still tries to understand why I'm so passionate about it. We're just friends, of course. But she serves as a really healthy benchmark for the women I date going forward. I like when a girl has real hobbies or a skill. A woman who can play an instrument or create art is insanely attractive to me. I find a lot of women these days are caught up in their own appearance and are constantly trying to get validation or sell themselves on things like Of or Instagram. It's actually exhausting trying to date these days because I can't seem to find decent women who do anything beyond look good. I gave this reply to someone else, so just in case you want to see it, I'll say it here. I think most people consider oral the ultimate treat and usually seen as not great for the giver. With that said, because I'm really into hyper-aggression from women, quasi-forced, is really high up there with hot things she can do. Basically, an example of this would be pushing me on the bed and straddling my face. Her bypassing the whole consent part heavily implies her attraction to me is so strong. She's unable to control her desire. Obviously not everyone will appreciate this. But I do, and of course only with someone I'm already dating at least. Well, coming from a divorced male, this one actually took me a minute. Being able to laugh at yourself. Being able to laugh at me for doing stupid, goofy stuff. Life is meant to be enjoyed, have fun. Most importantly, be able to hold a conversation. A woman who is funny or witty, decisive and cool in her own skin, confidence-wise, just does the trick. I miss that most of all in relationships. Dave, feel like therapy is overrated? No, it saves lives. Not at all. Nope. Helped me with PTSD. It saved my life. Odds are I'd be dead today if I didn't get counseling. I understand why some people get it. But then again, there's some people in my life where I tell them the exact same thing the therapist would say to them. But for some reason, because I don't have a degree in psychology or I'm not being paid to say such things, my words are somehow not enough to get to those people. #hashtag X200B. It's like me, you have a weight problem. You're eating too much calories and quat. Them no and quat. Therapist, you eat too much bra and quat. Them wow, you're so right. You're a literal genius and quat. To the mall Santas that may be on Reddit. I was an Easter bunny and had a grown man say he'd throw me down the stairs if I touched him. During college, I was a store Santa. The memory that most stands out was that of a little girl who whispered in my ear that the thing she wanted most for Christmas was a boyfriend for mommy because ever since daddy died she was sad and lonely. And quat, as I once described on AskReddit. I glanced over and saw her pretty mother standing there with a smile, but also with tears in her eyes. Mom had no idea what her thoughtful daughter had just asked of Santa. I had a kiss tell me he knew reindeer were alive because people would kill them. I asked why would they kill them. He looked at me and with the innocent look only a 5-year-old can give said, because I know how mad dad gets when a bird on the windshield. He would be really about cleaning deer off the car. I could not say anything, truly speechless. His mom was mortified. I'm not a mall Santa and am not sure if this is the type of store you're looking for, but I'm gonna write about it anyways. A few years ago my mom told me a story where a little girl who was like 4 to 8 at the time asked Santa to get their dad/stepdad to stop assaulting her and pointed him out to Santa. Long story short, Santa and his elves got arrested for beating up the nonce. This happened to a friend, not me. So my friend James was working as a mall Santa in my local Westland mall. So one day a little kid who looked about the age of 5 went up to James, sat on his lap and whispers in his ear, "You wanna pull a Anka daddy?" This was around the time when Anka Zone was a popular meme. The kid then moans ooh as loud as he could in a high-pitched voice. James reasonably pushed the kid off him. "As you do then I, you not." The kid then goes, "I'm so moister, please forgive me." Ooh and quat. I later was told about this from James himself. It's safe to say he doesn't work there anymore. Women who tuck in their shirts only at the front. Why do you do this? Like others have said, it's a French tuck, it's a thing. I prefer it to a full tuck because sometimes it feels physically uncomfortable having your entire shirt tucked in. It can pull weirdly, feel kinda bulky, etc. I like the look of a tuck shirt but not the feeling of it. And a French tuck helps with that. For some body types it's very flattering. I've got an hourglass shape. And when I tuck the front it pulls the eye away from my wide hips and chest and towards the middle. But when I tuck the whole shirt, all you see is the wide hips. It's basically an optical illusion. Of course, this is why I personally do it. I can't answer for anyone else. I do it because I have a large chest. Unless a shirt is tight then you can't tell where my waist is because the shirt hangs where my end, which is much farther out than my waist. Not sure if it looks better or worse tucked in, but it makes me feel better about myself, so I'll stick to it. I tried some wide leg jeans on in Anthropology with a silk button up. The salesperson suggested I try tucking the shirt in the front and I was surprised that I liked it as much as I do. I'm fairly short, so shirts are always long on me. Tucking it in the front balances the look. I don't think I would have ever tried it on my own. And I think that I would only do it with flowy fabrics so that they hang better. I saw it and I liked it. A little tuck towards the front adds shape, and I don't like tucking the back of my shirt in. It might look okay for all of 3 seconds. Till you move. Then a weird uneven back poof happens and it drives me nuts. Plus sometimes I don't want my on display. Thank you very much. How do you develop and maintain discipline? Discipline is not what you think it is. You learn from your mistakes instead of making the same one again and again. That is discipline. It's not some standard to keep. It's an adaptation to reality. The development is your life experience. The maintenance will be your success and realization that you chose the correct path. Be honest with yourself. Objective and pursue what you want. When you figure those things out, discipline will appear out of thin air and always at your disposal. Face yourself honestly and you will always be better off. Practice by subjecting yourself to pain. Find someone you know and trust to be accountable to on your progress. They will help keep you honest in your early days. Through habit and perseverance. There's no easy shortcut to discipline. You just have to set a goal and constantly work to keep your behavior inclined with that goal even when you don't feel like it. You might fail at times but you keep trying. Be a parent to yourself and having that internal dialogue of getting stuff done consistently over time. Go to the gym. Go buy groceries. Clean your kitchen. Walk the dog, all things you don't want to do but know you should do. I developed a lot of discipline from strength training and dieting to match my goals in the gym. I quickly realized I can apply what I taught myself in the gym to all areas of life. To maintain it, consistency is key. Train your brain to like painful things like studying, working, reading and learning new things. Start with the easiest working out if you can make a habit out of it. It can help you make other things easier and more difficult to just give up on. For my workouts, just my example anyway, I schedule them on my calendar. That appointment is there and I'm reminded of it whether I'm feeling it or not. There's a slight bit of pain if I just ignore it, so I usually don't.